Okay, so this evening has been something. I'm getting ready to plant the 40 breeder and the hardscape and everything is good to go, but I wanted to get the filter ready so I can flood the tank and get it running. Of course, I left the filter just sit there in the corner and the water and everything went gross and like rotten. So I went to clean it out and well, I broke it. I have a Fluval, this guy, one of these, 207, and it has a primer pump on the top, that guy. And as I was cleaning it, or I was trying to clean it, and it broke. And you can get the replacement pieces online, but it's gonna take like a week to get here, so that's been my evening. So I'm gonna finally get the filter set up first, use this new one, and then I ordered the replacement part for the other one, so I'll have an extra, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna get the filter all set up. So the lily pipes they're gonna come out of the corner here and come down, and then the flow will come around the tank like this. And then if you can see there, the plants are all kind of laid out of where they're gonna go. So I'm gonna set this up. So I was opening up the new canister. Apparently they've changed it a little bit. They have like this phosphate remover pad, which they've got some carbon, junk, and so yeah, and it comes with some ceramic rings. I don't know if you've ever seen these. They're pretty small. It's not quite big enough for a 40-gallon tank, but I have been using the 207 on here, and I don't heavily stock it, and it's got plenty of flow. Works great. What's great about these is the vertical filter pads, so it actually has quite a bit of filtration for, this size of canister. And then it has these trays. You use this to lift these trays out. They go right in there, and you just lift that out. And these two trays, and then another sponge and a fine floss. And I just use Chem Matrix. I'm going to use some new stuff because the other stuff was pretty gross. And again, that's not Matrix. This one's Matrix. This one's full. I bought two of these big things, but you can see it there. This stuff's awesome. Anyway, I'm using new stuff because the other stuff is pretty gross. And I'll probably soak it in some vinegar and use it on the other canister when I get it fixed. But this is a ton of biomedia for such a small canister filter. So these are the jugs of 1 liter, and I don't quite use a whole. There's still some left in the bottom there, and I just took the old bio rings and stuck them in here. And anyway, you don't use quite all of it for the 207, so there's some extra just in case you need it. So you just lift it with that. Turn it the right way. Fits right in there. And then there's a little cap for the top. And then this piece fits right around here and seals. So the intake is this guy, and all the water flows down that way and back up through all the biomedia. So anyway, I'm going to use this guy, and then once I get the replacement part, again, like I said, I'll have 2 of these just in case. Okay, so this is only taking me forever. I'm sweating, and yeah, it's just been kind of a pain. So I finally got the lily pipes in there. The pipes are a bit long. The hose is a bit long. I lost a couple of screws for the plastic holders, so I don't know. Anyway, I have the new CO2 line hooked up down here, so it's just kind of sitting down there waiting. So now it's finally about time to get this planted. The big pain that this is going to be is that I have to basically empty all of these and wash off all of the gel off of all the tissue culture plants. So that's going to be a big pain, but about ready to plant. So I'm going to have to get my spray bottle, which I have no idea where that is either. And yeah, so we can get started on this. Alright guys, I know it doesn't look like much right now, but you can see all the plants are itty bitty. So these are all just tissue cultures. Most of them were pretty good shape, but my camera died before I was able to finish up. So I just want to point out the plants that I have finished up with. It's kind of alright right now. You know, I gotta get the CO2 and the ferts and everything going, and yeah, let's get this thing filled up, and then I have to set up the CO2 canister. Of course, it's kind of late. It is 12 o'clock, so I'm gonna set up the CO2 and then get it ready on the timer for tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this filled up and get the filter going, see if anything starts floating up, and you know, work from there. Alright guys, so it is the next day and everything's filled up. As you can see, got the CO2, got the drop checker up and running, and CO2 down there up and running. And so far everything is great. We've actually already got pearling on some of the plants. So yeah, the plants are looking pretty nice. It's gonna take a while for all of them to fill in. I thought I had a lot of cups of plants, and you know, still looks kind of sparse, but the glossostigma there up the path is looking really nice already. And there you can see the platinum version, which is super cool, and the hair grass. So I think it'll fill in really well. You can't see, let me zoom out. You can't see any of the stem plants back there, but once they start growing, especially that atraw, which is right back in here, I think it'll look really awesome. Alright guys, well thanks for watching this video. I know it was probably kind of long and maybe a little boring, but I'm super excited to get the planted tank going back here. And yeah, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you can get updates on this guy. And yeah, it should grow out really well. So yeah, thanks guys. See you on the next one.